Cuando hablemos de fútbol, a Pelé no lo pongas nunca, porque Pelé es de otro planeta.
Y Pelé era una cosa tremenda. Era el único jugador que tiraba paredes con el defensor. Inventó todo el negro.
Today, a lie goes out in the history of football. King Pelé, named by millions as the best player in the world. It is a true legend. Here, we present to you 5 things you may not have known about King Pelé. Edson Arantes do Nascimento passed away this Thursday, December 29, 2022. Born on October 23, 1940, in the Tres Corazones in Minas Gerais, Brazil. Pelé made his soccer debut in 1956 and won 3 World Cups with Brazil. In addition to being a player, he was a politician. He stopped the war. He was an actor, and so on. First, Pelé studied English in the same school as John Lennon. One of the most interesting stories in Pelé's life was when the Brazilian met John Lennon, singer of the Beatles, at a language school. This was in 1975 when Edson Arantes arrived at the New York Cosmos and decided to enroll in an English course, where the British musician was just learning Japanese since he had already met Yoko Ono. Number 2. He stopped the Nigerian civil war for 72 hours. A visit to Africa by Club Santos made Pelé help to case fire in the Nigerian civil war for 3 days. This because the Brazilian team, together with the world soccer figure, came to play a couple of friendlies in 1969. The war began on July 6, 1967 and ended in January 1970, but during the stay of Pelé, the war was paused for 72 hours. Number 3. He was Minister of Sports of Brazil in 1995. Edson Arantes do Nascimento not only had performers on the field, but also off it and in the world of politics, since in 1995 he was appointed Minister of Sports in Brazil during the presidency of Fernando Henrique Cardoso for almost 3 years, from 1995 to 1998. Pelé was in this position, and among his achievements was that he promoted Pelé's law, which sought to modify the legislation on sports contracts between clubs and players, which caused him much criticism. In his new role, he will be a goodwill ambassador for Brazil around the world. Number 4. He was never the captain of Brazil and only did so after his retirement, although what he did for Brazilian nation team was historic. One of the curious facts about Pelé's sporting life is that he was never captain of the Verde Amarela when he was inactive, and that dream came true until he was 50 years old. Ore won 3 World Cups with Brazil and Sweden, 1958, Chile, 1962, and Mexico on the 70th. And even with his great career, Ten was never seen with the captain's badge. So, it was until 1990, already retired, when he could carry it. Was in a friendly between the Brazilian nation team and a rest of the world team to celebrate Pelé's 15th birthday, and there they gave him the tape in Milan, Italy, 19 years after saying goodbye to his team. Number 5. He never recognized the daughter he had out of wedlock. Edson Arantes. To Nascimento's football's career was applause around the world, but in Brazil, Pelé was criticized and singled out on several occasions, with the case of Sandra Regina Machado being the most of it, gave him problems because it was a daughter he never recognized. This daughter was the result of Pelé's relationship with the domestic worker Anicia Machado, and it was a controversial case since Sandra sought by all means to be recognized by the Brazilian star. Even the Supreme Federal Court of Brazil gave her in 1991, and after 10 years of process, the right to be recognized and the authorization to use his last name. But Pelé never did. Even with a genetic test carried out, this Pelé only recognized as his children, Indino, Kelly, Christina, and Jennifer from his first marriage, as well as Joshua and Celeste from the second marriage. Sandra Cristina tried to make a political career and published the book The Daughters the Pelés Did Not Want. She died at the age of 42 in 2006 at the Santos Portuguese Charity Hospital, as she had been fighting cancer for some time. His father also died a couple of days ago from the same illness, cancer. Rest in peace, the king of soccer, Pelé. Leave your comment down here, subscribe, and like Meta Universe.